Morning everybody, it's Phil here from Telford Koi Pond on a bit overcast but still quite muggy and warm day. So work's starting to return to normal now. So as a trial, because I was out and about a lot last week, I left the covers on all week. Obviously the covers are going to be left on when we go on holiday and that sort of thing. So I've got used to them. Obviously there's no intention of leaving these on full time to look at the koi through them, but just when we go away. But I must admit I have got a bit used to them now. And I've decided I'm not going to bother cutting anything down or cutting anything back. I think they are absolutely fine as they are, to be honest. Very strong and do the trick, so that's what I want, and they're not going to blow away if there's a heavy wind. So I'm going to get the covers off, have a quick look at the fish. I dare say the pond will need hoovering and some bits and pieces. I'm going to purge the bottom drain and do some fettling in there, so I'll get the covers off and I'll shoot back to you in a bit. So I haven't put the covers away yet, just standing them there. They do actually fit very nicely down the side of the back of the filter house, as do the winter covers with the insulation on. So yeah, obviously very keen to show you the pond warts and all at all stages of the year. So I've just took the covers off. So as I say, I've been working away quite a lot this week. Covers have been on all week. It's been 2 weeks now, I think, since I hoovered the pond. So it's not horrendously dirty. I mean, fish is still, that's cool, isn't it, without any food. Fish is still looking good, still growing. I don't know, you can pick up the bits of poo. You can almost see the trail as it's sucking it towards the bottom drain. But I'm going to give it a hoover out. I've noticed that my Shiro and the Becco, so the two newest additions to the pond, are really smashing the food now. They're really coming up for food. In fact, the Becco, quite funny, he fights a big Lancelot here for the food to get there first, so it's like Battle of the Giants. The interesting thing is, I've not seen this before. As an aeroplane goes over, apologies for that. I've not seen this before. I mean, the skimmer is doing it. See more poo down there as well. The skimmer's doing a fantastic job. Just look at the crap it's pulled off the top of the water. So yeah, I mean, I was umming and ahhing about this in-pond skimmer, this gravity skimmer, and as you know, when I decided it didn't seem to be working to start with when I had one pump. So I bought that Oase in-pond skimmer, which is absolutely fantastic. But then, you know, the more I thought about this, the pipe work there and everything, I wanted to use it, so I put it back on. The difference being, as you'll know if you watched some of my old videos, then I put a separate pump on. So there's actually two controllable pumps pulling it through now, and it seems to do a good job because there's never any film on. So I am going to get my hoover out and start doing a bit of hoovering. So I'll set all that up and then I'll snap back to you. You can have a laugh at me hoovering the pond. So I'm just doing a bit of cleaning before I do the hoovering, and I've just thought, I don't think I've ever actually put my full in-pond skimmer on video, because I made so many changes to it. I think I just did it. So what a lot of people might not know is that you all know that sort of the in-pond skimmer bit, but it's not actually fixed in. It's not actually fixed to the wall. So I put a hole. There's a hole in the wall. I've actually put I put a little plastic blanking plate on it when I'm cleaning it, just in case one of the little fish decides to swim up the hole, because obviously it's still sucking. So I'll take that off in a minute. But that's just a hole in the wall, just a pipe, fiberglassed into the wall, a 2-inch pipe. And what I've done, I can't remember the numbers now, but this goes onto it originally went onto a 4-inch to 2-inch rubber boot into 2-inch pipe, blah blah blah. But I was finding there was too much suction. This is when I had the one pump, it wasn't sucking, so it was too much suction through the skimmer, not enough through the bottom drain, so I changed it to 1.5 inches. But yeah, it literally, that return, that pipe, that's about, I don't know, 2 foot, 3 foot long, because it goes all through the double skim wall. This just literally slides into the hole, so it's not actually fixed. So anytime I want to take it out and not use the skimmer at all, I can literally pull it out and just put the blanking cap on. Happy days. So if I just show you what I mean, I don't know if you'll get this clear. If I just take this this blanking plate off. Oh. I can't remember what this bit of plastic come on. It was just a bit of packaging, but it's just the ideal thing for that. And then this tube just literally goes in that hole. Pushes it all the way in. Get it straight-ish. Yeah, I can feel it sucking, and put the top back on. Just make sure it's floating sort of levelish. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, that's my skimmer. So as I say, that never, and if I want it to pull from that way, I'll just sort of push it over that way a bit. If I want it to push from this way, I'll just pull it back that way a bit. Most of the time it's just level. But I mean, you could see by what I did earlier, the filming earlier, all that brown scum off the top. It does a really good job. And I'll just take it off every, I don't know, every month. Give it a quick squeeze. I mean, that's all. That's how dirty it was. There's just nothing on there. And yet the amount of stuff it pulls through, and it doesn't look like it's got a tremendous pull on it, but you can see there's about ½ inch difference between the pond and that. It works really well. So anyway, I thought I'd just show you that while I'm setting up to do the hoovering. So I'm going to carry on setting up for the hoovering, and then I'll come back to you. So I think I've mentioned this before, but just to mention it again, people that have got a drum, sometimes when you're hoovering your pond out, you can get the water level to drop. If you're doing a big hoover, you've got to get it drop too much. And when I say too much, it's sorry, my phone's ringing. You can start the drum reaches its minimum level and starts cleaning. So what I do to stop that, I put a hose pipe in straight away. So before I start hoovering the pond, I actually put the hose pipe on. So it's just a hose pipe from the hose in the garden. What I do, because I do like to know how much water I'm changing and how much water I'm putting in, so the water meter that obviously I bought for filling the pond up originally, I just put that on the end of the hose pipe. It's not fastened on or anything, it just slips on. I do all my pond hoovering and everything, and then at the end of that, obviously I can work out how many litres have gone in the fresh water, and then I can put my you know, my fresh start or something in there. So just thought I'd mention that. Cheers. So just to quickly run through my pond hoover stuff before I start. I've got a very ancient Series 1 Pondo Vac pond vac. So it's one of the early ones where it sucks for like 30 seconds and then it stops and empties and blah blah blah. What I have managed to get a hold of is another tube, which I've literally duct taped end to end with the original tube, but what that allows me to do is just bring it further up the garden, as you can see. I sometimes just empty it into a bucket and then either fill the water butt up if that's running a bit low, or just water the plants as I'm going. But anyway, there's my setup. Homemade lamps, whatever you want to call it. As you can see from all the glue all over it, with a piece of 1-inch pipe, 45° at the end, and one of many hoover attachments that I've borrowed off my wife over the years. So yeah, I mean, it's just a case of going up and down the pond. I'm sure it's not going to be that exciting, but I'll start off and then If it's going to get noisy, you can just leave me to it. There you go, round one done. So this will take me about 10 minutes and I'll come back to you in a bit. So the pond's been hoovered and that's still topping up. I've just checked my water meter. It takes about 250 litres to do a quick pond hoover, so that's not too bad. State of the filter at the minute. If you watched my last video, you will have seen I put some of this Oase bio disc media in. I didn't bother PPing it or anything, and it does say on the packet it can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to actually get neutral buoyancy, but as you can see, some of it, you see the odd piece every now and again coming through, so it's just started to drag it down, so that's looking good. But the purpose of it now is obviously I'm going to purge the bottom drain, see if there's any crap collected in there. So I can remember what to do. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn the flow off from the skimmer and the bottom drain to lose some of this down a bit, and then once I've done that, I'll turn the pumps off. I've already turned the heater off because obviously there's going to be no water flowing through the heater. So let me just do this. Turn the skimmer off first. Fatal mistake now would be just to turn the bottom drain off, because if I do, I'll get a great big plume of water coming up here, and obviously you can tell I've done that, so that's how I know. So I have to turn this off, turn the bottom drain off a bit at a time. So we're now completely cut off from the pond. Those eagle-eyed amongst you will see that I've changed this pipe from 4-inch pipe. It was 2-inch pipe before. Right, I'm turning both of those pumps off. Turn both those valves off, so obviously the water can't come back in from the pond now. The pond's full. So I'm going to basically loose all this out. And the way we do that, quite simply, is just to open this purge valve, which is down here. There you go. And that then comes through and into there. So I obviously let that drain completely down, so there's no water in there. I just take the one of the sieves out of here, so you can see the water coming in through the bottom drain. So you can see the tray is clean. A bit of algae on the back there. There we go. So that's the sum total of the gun. Takes a while, there's a lot of water there, but the water comes in through a hole in there into the drum. Again, I keep checking this this ledge here. So Lee Hadfield from Coy Soldier found a problem where he was getting muck collecting in there, but for whatever reason I don't, so it is what it is. See, all the media's just falling to the bottom of the tank now. But what it does illustrate, for those of you that have forgotten what one of these looks like, these tubes obviously come from the clean side of the drum. Once it's been through, sorry, the clean side of the filter, once it's actually water's come through the drum, and obviously then the water goes through those, and then goes across there, and then you've got two pipes coming out into the individual unit there. So As I say, it takes a while for this to drain down because there's a hell of a lot of water in there. If you don't let it drain out completely, you're not getting the full benefit of the the purge. Just for everybody's information, I did go around this morning checking all the clips, the Jubilee clips on all the rubber fittings, checking all the tension on all the bolts and everything, just to give it a good old once over. Unfortunately nothing had happened, nothing had come loose, which is good. Where did we get in now? See the water disappearing through the bottom of the drum there, so we get it down. You don't realise how much water these things hold. Gotta wait for the paint to dry, innit? Sounds like it's slowing down. I haven't. There's another drain valve at the back of this one, but I haven't pulled that up. So obviously this will only drain as low as the bottom edge of these pipes that go through there. If you'll have seen the other day, I went right down to the bottom of this, and it was virtually spotless, this unit. I'm really pleased with that. Right, I think we're there. Still coming. Definitely not as fast though. Looking for muck and debris and crap in the bottom of there, but to be honest with you, it's very clean. Anyway, so that's it. Done, we're empty. Which one the cushion is? Push that down and it locks in place. So the water now, the idea obviously is the water come flooding through the bottom drain, which is in there. So we'll just see what crap it brings up. I'm just going to let it go. Well, I can't see any big lumps of anything, so it's still going to look. Anyway. I'm going to empty it out once more. And that'll be a proper water change then. Would have probably done something like about 750, probably more than that, probably 8,000 litres. Just soon find out when we fill back up again. Yeah, do you want to cut off and snap back when we do it again? So I've drained that bit out again. I'm just going to do the purge again. If you look at the bottom now, you can see what came out the first time. So there is some rubbish in there, but not you know, nowhere near as much as it could have been. So are you ready? Let's go. Lumps and everything coming out of there, so it's all looking good. I'll just put the cover back on. Under the seat frames. You just need to locate the bottom pins out of there first and sort of pull it up, and then these just clip on the top. And then just go wait for it to fill up. You can see the water filling up there, the media is rising. So I'm just going to open all the valves here now so everything can equalise. So that's probably gone down about 5 inches in the pond. So I'll be interested to see how much of a purge actually is. Obviously I know the doing the hoovering was 250 litres. So yeah, we are literally waiting for this to fill up now, and that's it. I'm just wondering if the put the top back on, but I think we might be just a bit too short to let the. Sorry, I think the drum will keep cleaning if we turn the drum on. So just leave that as it stands for a bit. So yeah, I'm just going to let it fill up, and I'll come back to you when it's all done. Back again, folks. We've done the deeds for the day. Everything's back to normal. Pond's all topped up to its normal level. Everything's been cleaned. Purge has been done. Yeah, we're all looking good at the moment. So this is just this is the end of the video. Fish are looking hungry, so we'll see if they're going to come up to feed. Wait for Lancelot to come round again because he's normally the big one. Go on then. There we go. So go. Just give him a bit. So yeah, that's it for another week, folks. All the job's done. Everything's normal. Did my water testing yesterday. Everything is spot on. Gonna have to start finding some projects, to be honest with you. I'm running out of things to do now. Everything is touch wood, working to plan. Plants are growing. So yeah, just very quickly I would just like to do a couple of shout outs. First of all, I'll tell you what, we'll go and pop into the filter house. It's a bit noisy out here. Sorry about that, folks. Next door neighbour decided to turn his radio up for some reason. I think he's having a single man party. There's a lot to be said for living on a desert island. When I find one, I will. Anyway, end of the video. Just want to do a few shout outs if I may. I am fast approaching now, thanks to people's help, the 2,000 subscriber mark. So for those of you that have been with me since the start, thank you very much. Really appreciate you following my journey. For those that have joined recently, hello, welcome on board. There's still lots more to come. I have got some projects in mind, but now I just want to say a massive thank you to Terry Wright, or Righty as we all know him, the godfather of koi pond YouTube videos, possibly the first video I ever watched, and then watched this whole series, like binge watched this. That was great. But Terry gave me a really fantastic shout out yesterday on his latest video, so I just want to say thank you, Terry. That was really kind of you and really appreciated. And I'd also like to say a thank you to Andy from Oase Pond Lifestyle. So again, Andy gave me a shout out yesterday. Slightly concerned what he's been looking at, but you'll have to watch his video to find out. But anyway, I think we're good. Thank you to Andy and Bisley and Graham from Derby Coy. Again, they gave me a shout out on his 3,000 subscriber video. Congratulations, Andy, that's fantastic. And also a shout out to Martin from Coy Water Plants and Rants. They're possibly sort of the people I started watching earliest, the ones I have the most conversation with, the most interaction with. But I mean, thank you to everybody that watches. I follow, I think I've said this before, I follow something like 211 YouTube channels, so most of my life is watching YouTube, which is really good for me. But just a big thank you to everybody. You know, there's lots of videos out there. Just go and watch them all. And a quick shout out to my mate Aid as well. So Aid, the koi keeper from Walsall. He's sort of newish to this, but he's got a fantastic pond. I did a feature and did a visit last week. There's lots of new ponds out there. There's lots of new pond videos out there. I'd have to start doing a massive list if I went down everybody, but you know, there's loads of people I watch there. So yeah, keep it up, folks. Let's have a fantastic season, and I'll catch you on the next video. So thanks for watching.